a lot is to be mentioned of, a while proper also a lot suitable to be mentioned. Noticing how much of this condition. So there was a DGM program to this utterly loop. A man supposed to be able to withstand constant infliction. It's not going to be sort of ever, but major enough that most men. So far, can man counter Nazis? Man probably can't counter Nazis. They can't even play the roulette. Can man survive Russian roulette? Even while sort of at the drowsy state, not sort of current, just simply reading from a paper thought, but at that stage. Let them drink some alcohol, invite them to roulette, are they going to roulette? So they had all these weaknesses while the Nazis had them surrounded. Feminazis are involved in this, what's up with that? Hideousness. On an advanced level, it might not be that bad, but wait a second. Check out the recent of Popo, also check out the extensive amount of issues out there. The Lions is already not listened to. Some heroes not listened to. There has to be this cases of Fidel Castro, of some fights towards Fidel Castro, probably accountable for applicable of a while. By the way, we're constantly evaluated against. The Dragon Warrior gets evaluated against. And what the fuck are they? They're above God then. Aren't they more aggressive than a lot of others? Or at least sort of equivalent, reasonable bubble, or equivalent of aggressive of also sort of the often examples are there useful idiots of the Nazis that present reason therefore probably useful either to present a wrong version of Satan closest or even provide how to counter towards them as the Nazis probably can pick up to the best of its relentless efforts. Check out how much disturbance towards peace there are. Social harmony, also peace being filleted by the mastermind of those Nazis, didn't it? Utterly unpeaceful brutalists doesn't. Lots of the cases of Nazis are probably interpolar ghosts, recent or probably interloper ghosts. But the moments we have the drones, they will probably be shot towards us. They allow the stuff that conveniently serves to Nazism or to their Nazi agenda for it to occur. Then why? Because it didn't interfere or didn't reason for probably also didn't match the traits of a thief. Therefore, they are proven innocent. Or while lots of the cases of extremist movements, they had already received tremendous amount of wealth, especially for what they were reason for probably also what they dishonor, were reason there for probably reason there for probably reason. Or couple of reasons for probable reasons there, for probable also another for probable reason there, for probable also another for probable reason, or bubble or the Lions aren't listened to. Lots of the generous persons are listened to. When they are homeless states, probably less listened to. Or also decent persons, or probable decent persons of some cases, or reason for probable of some cases, probable decent persons of as homeless if not listened to. Now, reason for probable also some characters similar of Romeo not listened to. Then, with the person that has solved Da Vinci's Code not listened to. You know, guys, you know what has happened? It's literally the Da Vinci's Codes. It's a surviving group that constantly getting spellcasted. Reason their description not to provide Nazis worth of. Not that it's sort of the opposite is alluring of. Reason for probable or off of. Reason for probable or also or probable of. Reason therefore probable also or of reason therefore probable of. So it's almost just the Vatican almost is also infiltrated, so then consider how difficult that would be. So it's literally a moment where it's supposed to be shining bright light or probably mission successful when Da Vinci's codes get solved. Then a while goes. By the way, when we process something, especially on these topics, it's utterly huge amount of their gossips to evaluate, to balance out the ransom. What an effort that is, right? Lions already sort of cannot do it. Notice in the charter from humans, lions, then sort of namely some or the next cheetahs, tigers, bears, or tigers, bears, cheetahs, eagles, then so on. You know about how its humans comes first are literally a Nazi hit target list of the amount of danger that could elude away their Nazism. The mastermology is cerebral. It's not so much of cases of the disappointment drive. There are lots of these cases. Reason for also when the person that has solved or the person that solves Da Vinci's Code are listened to, then that's then that indicates something. Or reason to form or proper also reasonable proper or reasonable proper or proper or reasonable proper or also or reasonable proper or also or reasonable proper or reasonable proper or also on something of reasons of there or proper reason there for proper reason for or proper there for proper reason there for proper reason of therefore or proper reason of proper reason for proper or reason there for proper reason of or proper or of the utter disturbances or lack of sort of respect towards peace, and how our guys has to explain so much that Hitler is innocent, Hitler is innocent, yet there's no effort. Lots of white people are insane. They cause this modernity while acts as if they are a sort of Aryan member. What the fuck is that? That's advanced Nazism. They're hugely elected. Our guys being burned, harassed, inflicted, sent to jails. The swordsman can't even act his way. So it's sort of like a wolf that's been banned, with his moves banned, his reactions banned, and he's literally banned. Probably also weakened from the recent era of propaganda birth. Numerous of the men are incapacitated, turning into the pacifists that encourage, and while it's been this mass undead spawn, with even these mass amount of Nazis that serve to the agenda. But while at the schools it's to increase flaws, also cause traumatize as recruitment towards this global zombies that need to be shot at. Our guys should be more vigorous towards counter towards them. They're not going to be smart enough to sort of counter or depends on it's not there for sort of a restrictive command sort of. Our guys can react however they want. I would say rhetorical word. Our guys could operate on sort of their reasonable proper or with their decisions of or reasonable proper their moves. So it's sort of not their decisions of noticing there is perhaps of a relate to or recent special recent Jason mentioned or recent of or recent mentions of relate to the perhaps of theory of Chen or the concept of Chen. If it doesn't Chen or it sort of doesn't manage to occur or proper or different word than manage of regional proper different words than regional proper or other words and or recent or proper other similar words of manage to or proper or manage of regional for proper also manage to occur of then probably was assault also or reason for proper also it was a reason proper also or proper it was reason for proper also was the assault reason therefore proper also or proper consider both sort of minor repetition thereof reason of or proper reason thereof proper consider both minor repetition of reason therefore proper also a bit of or proper another version of a reason proper another variant of reason for proper also probably what reason proper also it was assault also sort of they now obtain sort of the will to complete it because there are probably certain forces that dictates these stuff. Noticing a lot of the projects how it happens, how there's been motivation. It's almost as if someone drives a Mario Kart onto the accelerator and goes speedy. Me may be overreacting sometimes to frame them. That's how, but that's supposed to be the way. That's supposed to be my role. Reason for proper at least prediction of or also similar of recent word of there probably are this battle between multiple groups. It's not necessarily their groups, but it's going to be mentioned this way. They're going to be rarity or different moments. Check out how the differences between the females and the functionality opposed to the other genders of may not be entirely of how it's being ever preached. Then how does that happen? How does the person manage to tell you different stuff? There are extensive issues out there of our guys should probably engage more than they receive, overcome the removal of lots of this. Me might be Oracle, that's also a character, so sometimes we might return back to more of Oracle. It might be also due to their spell. Life might be origin of or this voyage. It seems so we all know what the plan is. Right? We just doesn't sort of on the know level. We all know what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is the chosen one may not give the command to shoot mastermind of the as reason there was speaking for George Papa or reason for Papa also or reason a also a reason for also a large amount of reason therefore Papa also there could be almost dynamic or probably could be so much explanation or large amount, but reasonable probably extensive amounts of, but may not be quite sort of a encyclopedia amount or how it relates, how going to be related to a lot of other topics of, or probably sort of with their perhaps opinion towards, or probably how they affect the numerous of the different topics of the current cultural norms. Reason for with the conflict with the Nazis, with the reason their description or proper reason their namely of word conflict of not to provide was reason or proper word namely of conflict not to provide it was reason there for proper namely of word conflict of reason there for proper word namely of conflict of out of providence of force of reason there for Papa also a bit of similar effect of the reason they're mentioning. From the antagonizing, alienating words, all that vocabs, a bunch of nonsense that could be only completed at the research stage. Come on, guys, whoever doing that, be careful. They might, or reason for some of those may be deleted because someone else had to set them up a brief of sort of at the later phrases or reason for bubble comparative or bubble at well next phase of reason for bubble next era, reason for bubble or at next phases of or proper of upon reason for proper or therefore proper reason therefore proper or reason for proper or reason therefore proper or next era of reason for proper reason or proper also another for proper or reason for proper by next era of there may be mass deletions of but it will come from sort of noticing how it's almost being a sort of a setup or sort of that as that much problematic of the enemies but in order to get there sort of that's supposed to be of this probably consider both matches of how when someone sort of when amongst families or amongst persons they usually state and be careful that may be dangerous while or it's better not with English or proper namely of it probably certain dialects of Mandarin speak about death towards a friend not directly discussion on the reason for proper not reason for not necessarily reason for proper not much of discussion reason for not much of reason for not discussion of topic of death towards a partner of what sort of not necessarily sort of a discussion reason for proper not for discussion of what reason for proper also for instance of it will be deadly for the person or reason for proper or it might cause a casualty of reason for proper also as a reason for proper or also for the reason for or proper reason therefore proper or reason for proper reason there for proper also or reason for proper or reason for proper also or also for reason for proper also for reason for proper also for reason for proper also or another for reason for proper with the reason for proper or reason for proper or proper also with Kormakov or proper or of reason of proper also with Kormakov or proper or reason of or proper or with Kormakov. place being literally hijacked, rather than civilizations became the Nazis, it's sort of beyond ever sort of a spin wire, so Papua or stunt show. Vatican may also taken wrong gambles. Vatican may did a large gamble with lots of other securities of the future. That's invitive sounding. So with that indicator, and therefore, although it's better not even with the indicator, or it's even better also with some smog over here as a example, or proper sort of smog towards. So how about blah 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 blah? That may leads to a sort of topic of or proper also activity, reason for proper or also reason for proper or also reason for proper also counterpart reason proper consider of then of reason for proper of then of reason for proper or counterpart of a example. After years of serving at these Nazis jails, post their schools, then these Satan casuals of you didn't serve any. Notice the levels of that. Lots of our persons has belief or probably or didn't notice that much of, also didn't hear that from probably president of probably completed some stuff. This might be sort of still a plot, sort of a counter, or sort of counter our guys. Eventually, then it still becomes, or it will be even worse, or probably still be Nazi. So although that's probably not right, but reason for is, or probably also reason for also is reason for Papua is also reason for Papua or another reason for Papua, or also with reason for Papua also with reason for Papua also with reason for Papua also with Papua was of a consideration of reason thereof or Papua also reason of thereof or Papua reason thereof or Papua reasons thereof for Papua or of reason for Papua, also the reason of or Papua or the Vatican groups reason of Papua or Vatican related group, also Vatican reason for Papua or generalization of the Vatican reason for Papua Vatican group of reasons for Papua or generalization of reason for Papua also probably did a reason of was also or Papua of reason for Papua, or did a large gamble with sort of better on that even if it gone bad, it will be right on. Sort of, it may not be sort of planned so much. Sort of lots of stuff doesn't need plan, sort of, doesn't it? Why it's been working fine. Or also, sort of, we probably knows it's fine. It's probably a decent sign that lots of the females' moves are not a sign as peculiar. So if females are respected, then probably the next changes there will be of as they probably are accountable of members of the group, if not acting in, if not or proper major members of, or proper operate as of enough of a provide work of as reasonable for proper different word than work of reason there for proper also or reason for proper also of members of reason for proper or of operators reason for proper or probable group members of reason for proper or members of the groups of reason for proper or members of group of reason for proper or group members of reasons there for proper another of reasons for proper or group members. If we go sort of detail this on sort of this commercial, this prescripted reading from a teleprompter reason of proper edited, while with noticing the account of as culture contaminate from reason for proper, or that's probably absurd demand because it's a major topic, while that speed can be almost considered as dissonance, reason for sort of spasm. It may not be a spasm, but they could probably prove, or the persons, if they want to, or a proper person could prove of it by speaking it 50 times, for instance, for Papua also similar reach to numbers of reasonable Papua words using numbers. Almost the entire country has been under hijacked since the 1500s. Then reasonable for Papua 1500s also around the reasonable Papua also adjacent numbers of reasonable Papua also adjacent will be also years of reasonable Papua also adjacent years. Reasonable Papua also reasonable Papua also of reasonable Papua adjacent years of reasonable for Papua also of then of reasonable for Papua also another of reasonable for Papua also adjacent years of reasonable for Papua adjacent of there would even this continue hover sort of until to today, until there's been cure to cancer. The cancers are sort of it may be sort of didn't do proper with some major errors. They are not sort of some critical thinking. With of the reason there are for more of cases of extremes of the Qurans. Usually this English language itself got into such a cultural level contaminations that almost before our guys speak they're already wrong. So might as well be that, but well that's not sort of noticed enough, or probably also not stated so much of. The information age has been a sort of a major problem with related to terrorism. Regional problem was Quobaf Vile, opposite of reason for Papa also, opposite of reason for Papa, or Papa also, or Papa reason for Papa, or opposite of technology. This information era has been with so much reason for Papa also era, or also of reason for Papa, or also reason for Papa, or also era of or of reason for Papa, or reason there for Papa era, also of reason for Papa, or also era of, has been utterly filled with so much of the gossips that almost historical past has been covered by these relentless freaks. Mass amount of these undeads that are also above lawlessness. Lots of the cases of the consumers that they are today's kings. The kings that they has to sort of develop to reach to that stage, or Papua to obtain that title, or Papua also as king of regional Papua, or obtain title as king of, while they has their regional for Papua, or they are also big targets for assassination, sabotage, harassment, dangers of minor assassination, or due to assassination of someone near to them. These mass amount of Nazis doesn't has any predators, are treated almost in a lot of others, still insist as if they're some sort of Bill Gates' own children or friends of Bill Gates' children, regional Papua, or friends of regional Papua, or that of friends of reason there for Papua of country of reason there for Papua, or reason for Papua, or reason there of Papua, or Papua Sulu, reason there for Papua also, or Papua Sulu, reason there for, or Papua reason there for Papua, or Papua Sulu, or reasons there for Papua, or reason for Papua, reason there for Papua Sulu. Lots of the warning signals being overextensively used, and our guys are sent to jails and receive tons of inflictions. Lots of this, how this even reached to these bank tellers, are almost just has to contact with someone while they refresh status quo. Notice they almost does this sort of dumbly, just refresh status quo. Their Papua also comes as a surprise. Reason for Papua of some was Quoma citizen of reason of they are reason for Papua also reason of they are for Papua reason for Papua reason they are for Papua also or reason of they are for Papua also or reasons for Papua reason for Papua or of reasons for Papua reason for Papua. The underling boss count reasons of their for Papua. Noticing those refresh status quo. Do they ever form to some sort of with some sort of friendly relation with does that even happen besides when probably they're high salary servicemen introduce them as some decent person, and therefore such would be recent for Papa also, that's it. Or Papa or recent of their or Papa or recent of Papa will be for Papa or recent therefore or Papa or recent of Papa will be or recent thereof or recent of for Papa or recent thereof for Papa or recent of or Papa or recent of for Papa or also that's for this video or Papa or also video instance. Reason for Papa or that's for this video or also video instance or reason for Papa or that's for this video or Papa or also video instance of reason there for Papa or also of or reason there for Papa also another then for reason there for Papa or of